We are all aware of how the landscape has changed since the pandemic struck globally. Everyone is remote, whether you are hyperlocal, local within the same country, globally distributed. Most often, all teams these days are remote in nature. However, quality, delivery, customer satisfaction are paramount. The key is, how do you reinvent quality engineering for an all remote workforce, is what we are going to be talking about today.
So we'll be talking about navigating the new normal, adapting to this new normal. At the beginning of the pandemic, business as usual was no longer an option for many companies, 8byte being no exception. But fortunately, the transition to remote work at the beginning of that pandemic was quite easy because we were already familiar with our products that made that way of working easy. Basically, our folks were able to stay connected with our web, mobile, and desktop applications, no matter where they were located, because that is the nature of our service. Nevertheless, Clara played a key role in keeping our entire team in touch with all the data that is important to us. Let's go over the wants. Everyone wants real-time visibility of their data. We also want transparent organizations and the ability to make decisions quickly, which in turn results in our ability to minimize time to value. Let's go over the needs. What organizations need is the capability to synthesize or to make sense of the data. We also need to identify signals from the noise. And we need a common and unified analytics platform to empower users to action. That's where Clara comes in. Clara extends the reporting and visualization capabilities of engineering applications like Jira, Testro, GitHub, SonarQube, Report Portal, and many more. Basically, if it has an API, Clara can connect to it. I'd also like to underscore the fact that Clara never claims to be the source of truth. That honor continues to be the applications that Clara connects to. A colleague of mine had a saying that I often borrow, and that is, don't argue with me, argue with the data. In our experience, if there was anyone that doubted the data, we could easily point them to the source, like Jira, so they could see for themselves. As you all might imagine, that is a huge time saver for all parties involved.
This is icing on the cake. Yeah, you achieve various tool interface and different metrics at unified place. For us, it is within Clara. We have multidimensional view coming into the one screen that allows you to get a key end user insight. But as any organization, every team member or the leader or the product, that metrics can be viewed from different angle. So as a Scrum team member to the Scrum Master to the program versus product versus component or engineering leader or the C-suite or even company-wide, it is very important that we are seamlessly being enabled by our basic investment of creating the dashboard. It actually easily fits into different multiplier for different levels. Most importantly, sometimes you watch so closely and you don't notice the change. But if it is quarterly or yearly or even your custom period, some data-driven culture and the tweaking of the process and outcome of those process may be multi-quarter, multi-year effort. So it is all about using right data, analyzing at right time, driving right decisions for the right outcome, and enable right level of people without having anyone to ask any question or wait for some other geography to come online and get you the response. We have successfully achieved all this data collection, and as we talked about, new normal of everything is remote does not need to be everything is slow. So we use this data-driven, right data, right time analysis, right decision making to drive right outcome. With that, there are pitfalls that we need to be aware, and we need to protect the organization for any risk that we may run into.
With that, I thank you. I thank our experts, Mayur and Bud, for sharing their insights and their journey at 8x8, a much needed one at a time when the world is suffering through the pandemic and we're all bouncing back from it. Please visit 8x8.com to learn more about their XCAS experience and Clara.io to learn more about what Clara can do possibly for you. You're welcome to join the Clara community at any time to learn more as well.